Are you ready? Are you ready for the thrill of victory? Are you ready to taste victory? Are you ready to take your sports betting to a whole new level? Sit up, put your feet on the floor, because we have work to do. Welcome to the grind. Welcome to Cappers Nation, your weekly all things sports betting show. Tune in live every Thursday at 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Let us make you a more successful sports bettor.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome, Cap Nation Live, Friday Game Day Edition. Welcome, everybody. It's been a little while since we went live, so welcome. Glad to have everybody back, including the one douchebag that gives a thumbs down before we even start. Thank you, sir, for the extra motivation today to know that the haters are always watching every move that we make. When I wipe my ass, they are watching, so welcome, everybody. Tom Chito in the house. We got UFC tomorrow. Absolutely can't wait for that. UFC fight picks will be posted on the website here in just a little while. Waiting for weigh-ins to wrap up. And once the weigh-ins are done, UFC will be posted on the website with some shockers. But first, got to get through Friday. Friday's free play looking like a doozy with Torpedo Bell AZ, the reserve team, down 2-0 at the half. Luckily, it's only halfway, but we got a big deficit to make up the second half, so we'll see if they're able to overcome it. But that free play is definitely not looking like the way we hoped it would. Premium plays off to a 1-1 start with one more to go, starting here in just 6 minutes. Winning on the over the NC Dinos in the Hanwha Eagles game, over 10 runs there. Dinos doing it themselves. Dropping the KT Wiz minus $1.05. A very, very, very small favorite, which ended up closing as a small dog. Good morning, William. Thanks for tuning in via text. And then, so 1-1 on premium plays, one more to go. 1-1 on my personal plays. Smoked them on the Dinos minus 1.5 is the biggest one. And then dropping the over in the Doosan Bears and Kia Tigers game, over 11. Not even close on that one. So 1-1 on my personal plays. However, we still have that big one to go. We've got a little while. We've got about 3 hours before the old big one goes off. Game of the week, baby. I cannot wait. I absolutely love this one. I've already bet it a second time. That's how much I like it. And I think it should be a nice, easy monster win for everybody and move everybody rolling into the weekend. Speaking of the weekend, for everybody that is watching, not only is my game of the week for later today on the website, which has been on the website since yesterday. I'm all yawning this morning. One coffee's not doing it for me. Game of the week's been on the website for over a day now. Saturday's guaranteed Saturday play is actually on the website. That one is on the website as well. And then the soccer Sunday play is also on the website. The soccer Sunday play is also on the website. So that will be nice for both Saturday and Sunday. Both of those plays will be both monster big ones, just like my game of the week today. So what that means is with the lines already being out, the game's already posted, means you're able to go bet it now. Okay, you're able to go bet it now. If you have access to it, fantastic. Log in. They have not emailed yet, letting anybody know that the Saturday or Sunday play has been posted. So if you're on, there's the heads up to everybody. So that way you go and get it and bet it early and start making that easy money. Bear with me, I have no clue where my live chat just went. It just disappeared on me. I don't even know why in the video everything changed. The subject line, the video, yada, yada, yada. Everything has changed. So, all right. I think I got it squared away and fixed so that way the current information is in our video. There we go. What's going on, Mr. Blevins, Mr. Davis? Mr. Davis, thank you for the comment yesterday. Tom, as well, for your daily comments on our videos. It's always much appreciated. Never required, but always appreciated when you guys do drop us a comment on our daily free play videos or anything like that. Good morning to the other couple handfuls of people that are tuning in with us. Don't expect a monster crowd this morning. But some movement in the sports world, the American sports world. Talking about the NHL. They did announce yesterday the format for the Stanley Cup Finals, or Stanley Cup Playoffs, excuse me, for when they resume. That information is out. And I believe Monday is the start of Phase 2 in the NHL, which allows players to resume voluntary workouts. So Phase 2 for the NHL should start Monday, just a couple days away. That should start voluntary workouts. That will be great. Now, I know that's going to be based on June 8th, based on to the subject of each club's satisfaction of all the requirements set out in the Phase 2 protocol, if that team is allowed to move forward. Now, mandatory team training camps will not start until July 10th. So we're just a hair over a month away, a month and 5 days away from the start of training camps for the NHL. So a little bit of news there when it comes to the NBA. If you have been sleeping under a rock, they have negotiated, both the players, Adam Silver, and the owners, peacefully negotiated the return to basketball. That will return at the end of July in Orlando. 22 teams returning. It's going to be a 22-team restart, which would include the Milwaukee Bucks, Toronto Raptors, Boston Celtics, Miami Heat. The Pacers were in there, Philadelphia 76ers, the Brooklyn Nets, the Orlando Magic, the Wizards, all coming from the East. And the West would have the Los Angeles Lakers, Clippers, the Denver Nuggets, the Utah Jazz, OKC, the Houston Rockets, Dallas Mavericks, Memphis Grizzlies, the Portland Trail Blazers, and the Pelicans, as well as the Sacramento Kings, San Antonio Spurs, as well as the Phoenix Suns. This might be the first time in many, many years where the city of Phoenix has an opportunity to have two teams in the playoffs. Thank you, Mr. Davis. I will get that screen unfrozen. As far as the NHL and how long the players are going to need, well, they start training camp hopefully July 10th. Phase 4, which is resuming play, is supposed to resume play anywhere from the end of July to early August. So it looks like they're giving them, roughly 3 to 5 weeks based on how the players and probably how the teams report back to the league. So it's looking like it's going to be 3 to 5 weeks in between, training camp starting and the start of the restart of the NHL season. But NBA, a major step in getting back on the court, no doubt about it. Super excited for that. That should be fun. They're going to be playing there. The teams actually should arrive at Disney around July 7th. And they should be playing games starting July 31st at the ESPN Worldwide of Sports Complex. Every team, all 22 teams and their staff members that travel with them will all stay, practice, and play at Disney, as well as for the NBA Finals, which will more than likely stretch all the way into October. So we are going to have an amazing September and October, let me tell you. I can't wait. I'm super excited. Really excited. Now, let's talk about Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball. I hold a couple different opinions from different angles depending on whose side of the baseball diamond you're looking at it from. Trainwreck, good morning. Pedro from Portugal, welcome. Thank you for joining us, brother. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right down below. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you get notified each and every single time we drop free play videos or we go live. For everybody tuning in, I do apologize for Torpedo Bel-AZ Reserve League getting their butts smoked this morning. Hopefully they have a monster second half, but it's going to take a little work there. But back to Major League Baseball. I take a look, from the player side and the owner side. If you don't consider the owners, you have to. They are business owners. They're in business not for charity, but to make a profit. They're a for-profit company. So you take that into consideration. You have to understand their side. They're not here to do you, me, or Billy Bob over on the corner a free charity by putting on baseball. They're definitely not out to lose money. The players, on the other hand, they're playing also for profit. While they are playing a child's game, they get paid handsomely for it. Some of them get paid absolutely ridiculous amounts to play a child's game. However, players do have risk, injury, poor performance on a short season. There's still a lot of risk on the player side as well. Obviously, players want to make as much as possible, and so do the owners. What we have here is a classic case of millionaires bitching and billionaires bitching, and millionaires can't come to an agreement with billionaires. So, I understand the business side of it from the owners. I also understand it from the player side as well. Now, they did make an agreement. They did sign a new agreement for 2020 season back in March when all this happened that said that the players would take a prorated pay cut based on the number of games that would be played if the season was to start. It also included a clause in there that said when they resumed play, if there was no fans in the stands, the owners and Major League Baseball would be able to renegotiate player contract and pay again based on the pandemic and no fans in the stadium. Well, here we are. There's going to be no fans in the stadium. Owners are trying to exercise their right per the contract the players agreed to renegotiate the pay because there's no revenue coming in from you, me, or your buddy or Billy Bob Joe on the corner going to a baseball game. So business side, I understand it. It's in the contract. Players say, nope, we already negotiated. We don't want to take a pay cut. You're flipping right, you negotiate it, but you also included in there the right for the owners to renegotiate the contract based on there being no fans or fans in the stadium. So you technically need to negotiate. Players don't want to negotiate. They want their full pay. They made an offer for 114 games. Major League Baseball, the owners were originally at 80. The players said no. 80 with a major pay cut. Players said no, we want to play 114 games, full pay, prorated. If somebody's a high-risk personnel to catch the COVID-19, that they can opt out of the season, and because they are high risk, they can get their full pay. Yada, 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 this, that. Hey, we'll let you guys do a home run derby and a all-star game after the season. We'll be open to it. Major League Baseball Union rejected the proposal the morning of the 3rd. They gave a counter proposal of 50 games. They went from 80. The owners offering, players said, no, we want 114. The owners came back and said, excuse my language, if your children are watching, I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to cover their ears. The owners just came in and said, we offered you 80. You were some greedy fucks and said you wanted 114. So screw you. We'll give you a flippin' 50. Prorated. So Major League Baseball the players rejected that one. And here they are at a stalemate. I do not believe we'll see a deal this weekend. They need to have one fast. Max Scherzer, you're a bitch. Mike Trout, you're a bitch. You are playing a children's game. Maybe you should take one for the team. Help out those younger players that don't make nearly anything. And do something for the love of the fans. You know, after all, the ones that pay the ticket prices, the overinflated ticket prices, to sit their happy asses in your seats and cheer you on. Or boo your fat ass. Well, you're not fat. I'm fat. But you guys get my point. So you have millionaires acting like little schoolgirls going up against the big billionaires who just don't want to lose money. I get it. I completely get it. After all, it is a child's game, and it is a business. Do I think we'll see Major League Baseball? I think so. I think at one point we will see Major League Baseball. I think it'll probably go back to an 80-game plan, which I was all for. The owners' negotiation tactics, I can understand and I can applaud. They offered you 80. You were greedy. You said, no, we want 114. So they came back and said, you're greedy. We offered you 80. You should have took it. You didn't. So we'll give you 50. So I think they'll come back and eventually get back to the 80 with, full, or close to full pay. The players are going to have to take some type of reduction in order to please the owners who are not in the business to lose money. Here's one fact. I promise you. Every Major League Baseball team, just like the NCAA, has business interruption insurance. Let's just hypothetically say the season was canceled because the owners were just annoyed with the players. The owners are going to get paid through business interruption insurance. Now, they may not make what they would make if there was a season or a half a season or 3/4 of a season or the full season. But I do not believe the franchises and the owners will lose a penny based on their business interruption insurance. The ones who will lose are you and I, because we're the fans. We lose out on a year of baseball. And the players are going to lose out on their full pay, or what they haven't been paid yet. So, my take on it, the owners have the power. Morning, Jerry. The owners hold the negotiations. If the players I'm reading the comments. I'll address the comments shortly. Good morning, everybody. If the players aren't willing to renegotiate, which they agreed to based on there being no fans in the stands, I would not be surprised to see the owners just say, okay, we're done. I have already heard that there are multiple owners who are willing to pull the plug on the season out of spite for the players not being willing to negotiate based on there being no fans, which is what they agreed to do back in March. So again, my opinion, owners aren't going to lose here. Owners are either in that break-even stage or they're going to make something on the season. It's going to have to be the players that bend here. Not expecting them to have to, bend over backwards and take it up the rear. But they are going to have to bend. The Mike Trouts, the Scherzers, the Bryce Harpers, Clayton Kershaws, going to have to take a little pay reduction to play that child's game we call baseball. But I do think we'll see it. And quite frankly, if we didn't, I'm okay with KBO. I mean, we got the Nippon League starting soon. We got Japanese baseball starting up. It's in spring training, basically. Preseason for them. So that'll be nice. Supposed to start the 19th. So in 2 weeks from now, regular season should start. And that'll be a very nice addition to the KBO selection that we have. So, not going to say that I wouldn't like to see Major League Baseball because we make a ton of money betting it. But, for some reason it didn't happen. I'm okay with just the KBO and Japanese baseball. It's been good. Danny D-Rock, what is going on? My brother, good morning. Glad to see you've been doing a lot of fishing. Titus says, good morning to all. I hear Kyle going off as I wait for the game of the week. Absolutely. Morning, Titus. Thanks for tuning in, as well as being on board my game of the week. Mr. Valdez, good morning. Keith Davis, hey, Kyle, what's it looking like in Vegas? From what I've heard, because I'm actually not there, but I will be back there in just a couple days. But from the people that I've talked to, the D's been packed. MGM and all that is opening up. And for the casinos that are opening, it's been a great reaction. Spaced out. MGM's got sinks near slot machines for you to be able to wash your hands, etc., etc. Casino stocks have been up. I sold my Penn Gaming this morning. I probably should have held on to it. I'm probably going to regret it. By selling it a little too soon. But I made such a nice chunk that I couldn't it's actually dropped, so that was a good thing. I just checked the price right now on my Thinkorswim for Ameritrade account. So I guess that's not that bad of a sell. I sold in the just under $40 mark. Give me 1 second, folks. But I did pick up a bunch of MGM. I did pick up a bunch of MGM with them opening up. I did pick up 750 shares the other day. And they're up a little bit this morning. So people ask me all the time, do I do the market? I do. I don't pay enough attention to it that I probably should. But I definitely do. Log back into my TD Ameritrade account. Give me 1 second, folks. I'm actually curious where Penn Gaming is at right now. My MGM is right about where it was. Yep. Penn dropping like a rock. 36.61 last traded price. The high was $40.10, and I sold in the high 39s. 39.91, I believe. Mr. Blevins, I am so jealous. 100 pounds of walleye in the last 2 days here in Erie. I love Lake Erie. I absolutely love Lake Erie. I love fishing there. And the walleye are amazing. Love eating it. I am so jealous. Absolutely jealous. Now, if Penn Gaming was to drop back into the 34 range, which I don't think it will, or heck, even the $35 range, I might rebuy it again. Very nice. Danny says he guided his buddy, caught an 8 and a 5 yesterday. Very nice. That's good. There's some good ones right there. I definitely need to get out and go fishing. I've been wakeboarding too much. Wakeboard boat is in the shop, getting the TAPS 3 system fixed. And a couple other things in its annual service. And I guess that leaves the old fishing boat to take out. So you never know. Might take out the fishing boat. But I do tell you, back to the old stocks. If Penn Gaming drops into the 35 range, and it's not that far off, 76 cents off, I will definitely consider making another 500 or 1,000 share purchase, because I did make a good chunk off of them. I don't mind putting it back in. Scott, I haven't kept track of the percentage of wins. Well, favorites are favorites for a reason. I think favorites win most of the time in most sports because they're favored to win. They're the favorite. Big D Mall in the house. What is going on, Dave? Says the only thing I caught fishing was 12 mosquito bites. I hear you there. I hear you there. Hopefully everybody's staying safe and healthy wherever you guys are. Not only from this pandemic that magically just disappeared, but from the rioting and looting and the social destruction that is being taken place all alongside, or all the way around our country, basically. And the sad thing is, it's not even the people that are doing peaceful protests. But anyways, we'll stay off of that subject. We'll stick to the sports betting and whatever else, but we'll try and stay off the political side. But I do hope everybody is staying safe no matter where you are. And always remember, if you do get caught up in a jam on the road or the freeway and they're angry, it's an angry mob, don't stop. Don't you flip and stop. Because if you stop, adios. That only applies to angry mobs, just so you know. All right, that only applies to angry mobs. Stay safe, Big D Mall. I have seen your guys' news, and it's been crazy over there. No doubt about it. Vegas getting a little out of hand. Very sad cop getting shot in the back of the head. the other night. That was horrible. I got a real close friend of mine from the Navy that is a rookie cop for Metro PD in Vegas. And I know he knows. He's real close with the guy that got shot. So a real big bad deal there. You know, I hope everybody on each side stays safe and healthy. Keith Davis says authorities in some places probably bypass rioters and looters to arrest someone for not wearing a mask to the beach. I agree. I agree. You know, and I'm all for the peaceful assembly, the right to be able to protest and speak your mind. Lord knows I speak mine in here all the time, if you know what I mean. But it's when you get people being bussed in from outside that really have no bearing on that have really no opinion on anything. They're just there to cause a destruction and disturbance. And it kind of, in my opinion, it kills the idea of the peaceful protest for the people that are actually trying to peaceful protest for, social injustice and reform. Big D-Mall says UFC going to be a big moneymaker this weekend. Just watch. Absolutely. FC with the bounce back. He promised me a big bounce back. And that should be on the website here later. For everybody that didn't jump on board last week or you bought the card, he brought back the 2x2, except what it is. It's 2 UFC events. UFC 250 tomorrow, as well as Fight Night on June 13th, which is next weekend. Okay? Which is next weekend. As well as 2 max fight picks for $70. So he did bring back that one. I'll post a link in the comment section. But first, before we could even really get to the UFC, we got to hammer home the game of the week, baby. And we got plenty of time with that one. We actually have plenty of time. We got a little over 2.5 hours before my game of the week. So if you're not on it, the line is primed. It's perfect. And it's ready to go. So if you're not on it, make sure you guys get on board it. And we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's always fun with the Game of the Weeks, guaranteed Saturday and the Sunday plays, because we win absolutely so many of them. And we're going to keep it that way, folks. We're going to keep it that way. So make sure you don't miss out. That's all I could tell you. For everybody that's just tuning in, Guaranteed Saturday is posted online. On sale, $50. Guaranteed to win. You get the next one free. The big Sunday guaranteed play, that is already posted online as well. So all of our guaranteed plays from today all the way through the weekend is posted online. Okay? It's already posted online. You can purchase it, or if you already have access to it, you just log in. And then you'll be good to go. So other than that, not much going on. Daily free play on the Belarus Reserve League. Torpedo getting their butts kicked. Last time I checked, they were down 2-0. Taking a quick gander. And they're still losing 2-0. Oh, Slutska Reserve is getting the best of our Torpedo here. And unfortunately. Other than that, we have a premium play starting in just a couple minutes. It is our final premium play. That one will be done here in a little bit. Or starting in a little bit, excuse me. We also have Game of the Week. Other than that, that's about it until the next set of games come out, which will be coming out soon. Saturday's plays should be posted on the website here in a little bit. So hopefully we hammer home that last premium play for a 2-1 winning day. As far as an additional play for you guys for today, I don't technically have another play, but there is something that I've got my eye on that I have been watching. And I've been debating pulling the trigger on it. But I haven't just yet. But what I will do is I will let you guys know all of that here in just a little bit. Like, literally, in just a little bit. I'm actually pulling up the odds right now to make sure nothing has changed when it comes to it. Give me 1 second here. One second. Let me double check the odds. Refresh it here. Do. How's everybody's Friday going? While I get this going, Neverez, what is going on? Oh, Scott, great question. Says, how many more units do you typically put on your game of the week compared to a normal premium selection? So for reference, with the little downtime with the pandemic going on, I've definitely dropped my bets back. One, because the limits are a lot smaller, and it's a little not complicated because you just got to work a little harder to put some bigger dollar amounts down. But normally, if we were betting baseball or basketball or football, premium play, I'm right about $3,000 a game, between $3,000 and $5,000 normally. But if it was like my game of the week, I'd have no less than 10 to 12K on it. If it was normally like a normal game of the week. With this one, I'm right around the. I think I've got like 5,900 total on it. As of right now. Aaron, good morning, my brother. Because I have betted, I did bet my game of the week twice. And I still have 2.5 hours. And I love it so much, I might bet it a third time. And if I do, that'll get me closer to the 8K mark. But I really like this one. So, but if it was a normal game of the week, I'd say... Yeah, right about now with the pandemic, 3 to 4 times. However, if it was a normal baseball, NBA, or football play, I'm more on the lines of 4 to 6 times for, one of the guaranteed plays. And then one other factor is I base it on how we're doing. If we just keep winning them, which we've been doing, I don't even want to talk about when the last time we lost one of my game of the weeks or the guaranteed Saturday. Honestly, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. It's been a long time. But if you just keep knocking them out of the park and you're on that roll, I'll up that. So I'll up that, from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, just based on, bankroll and what you're doing. No doubt about it. But yeah, 3 to 4 is a definitely a good place to be. If you do less than that, 1 to 2, not a problem. But everybody's bankroll and budget is different. All right, so back to something for you guys. I got a little sidetracked. So let me get back to getting you guys something fun. Now, I'm going to give a disclaimer on this one. I do know some pretty interesting individuals in the sports gaming world. if I bought the 2x2 package for last week, would I get the max fight pick on June 13th? I'm not sure what they're going to do on that one, Aaron, but generally, no. When you buy something that includes it in a package, you get it in the package because you get that extreme discount. It's not like you bought them individually where you were paying $25 a piece plus the card. Because if you were to buy them $25 a piece, you would have spent $50 plus another $60 for the card. You would have spent $110. But I know it's something that he has been discussing with the owners of the company to see if he was able to do that. But I'm not sure what they're gonna do just yet on that one. UFC is not my department on that one. But good question though. But generally speaking, if you buy a combo package that includes a guaranteed game that we give you for free, you didn't purchase it, so there's no guarantee with it. Or when you purchase a combo package where it gives a significant discount, generally not. But we have done things like that in the past, so I'm not sure what just yet, if any. Good question, though. Definitely good question. Who else did I miss in here? Yes, Titus, Sunday's game is posted already as well. Saturday and Sunday's guaranteed game is already posted. But anyways, back to this game. The only reason I've had my eye on this is a very good friend of mine. I usually don't play people's games. This is a guy that only does international soccer. I have given you guys a few of his plays in the past. And I don't think we've lost one yet. They're usually sleeper plays. Kind of like this one. I think this one is another one of those sleeper plays. So to be honest, I know nothing about Serbia soccer, all right? But I know people that do, okay? I know people that do. And I have no problem trusting their advice, just like you guys trust me. And since I'm more than likely going to be betting this here in a little bit, the game goes down at 2 p.m. Eastern time. But since I'm going to be betting it, might as well figure I'd give it to you guys for free in the live chat. Bet it accordingly. Smaller play. All right, not like a, full premium play or anything like that. I'm going to put it in the comment section for you guys. That's the game numbers on 5 dimes, okay? Now, the instructions that I got, Travis Matthews, travismatthew.com. Super, super comfortable. Probably the most comfortable shirts that I own, and I have a whole wardrobe of Travis Matthews. It's the little M. But the free little lean is Vozdovac on the money line. They're minus 102 right now. Okay? They're minus 102. So I'm going to be betting this smaller than normal, probably about half of what I normally bet on it, maybe a third. Just because we'll have the big guaranteed game rolling at the same time. But it should definitely be a good one. Yeah, Danny, they're I'll post a link right here. They're great shirts. They're great shirts. They got some really good ones. A lot of cool shirts. Tank tops, shorts. Got a couple pairs of their shorts. They're not really the cut that I like. His flip-flops are awesome. I'm wearing his flip-flops right now. Yeah, I'm wearing flip-flops in the office. Hats as well. You name it. The apparel's good. Top to bottom, to the feet, to the head, and everything in between. So there's that one. I did win a charity auction a week and a half ago. I finally got it. Got my Kill Harry Sun Devils. Genuine autographed. Certified. Beckett certified. Helmet. saw it in a charity auction and put in my bid. Danny, they do have shorts. They definitely have shorts. Jorts. So I was excited to get that one, add it to the collection of the memorabilia that's just getting bigger. The new office, not new office, the new studio for filming the shows. All the equipment and supplies are just now rolling in. Jean shorts, I don't think they have any jeans, but they do have shorts for you. But they do have nice apparel. But back to the new studio, that should be they should hopefully be able to start in the next 2 weeks building it out, getting it all done. I know the parts and the rails for the rail lighting, as well as everything else. No more backdrop. I mean, we'll still have and still film from this one from time to time, but it's going to be a nice professional studio. A lot of TVs in the background. Not that you can play any live events in the background. Never hurts to ask Aaron, and I've definitely been pushing for it, and I just don't know what they're planning on doing on that one. So, not yet. Not yet. But anyways, enjoy that free little play. And we're going to get rolling here. There's a chance maybe I go live a little bit later. Probably not, but there's always the possibility, okay? Always the possibility. Can I talk about system plays? Yeah, I could talk about system plays for a minute. Do I know what percentage went on the first game? A lot of them. Most of them. I think out of the ones that we've given out, we just won 2 more. Just won 2 more. Closed out 2 more today. But I'd say it's in the 80s or more. The 80s or more. 80s on up would be a better answer. I don't have that number in front of me or in my head on which one. To me, it doesn't matter if they went on game 1 or game 2 or game 3. I'm making money regardless, but obviously you make more of a profit when they close out on game 1 versus game 2 versus game 3, but you're always profitable if you're betting accordingly and betting properly. If you're betting and you follow the script, you won't lose money. As Neverez said, it's worth it. The people that don't have, I'll be honest with you, the people that don't have a good experience on system plays, it's far and few between. It's far and few between. Hold on one second. Having a customer with a bad experience is far and few between. But the ones that don't follow instructions. And no, Scott, if you bet 2 times, 4 times, 4 times, and you got to game 3, you'd be losing money, and you'd be losing a lot of money. That's why it's a straight double up of what you did the day before. So, and there's absolutely zero room for deviation. Now, you can buy system plays and you can choose to bet it however you want to and make up your own system and just use what we put out. However, we have honed and we have tried other things, and our betting style with it is 100%. We don't lose money if we go to game 3. The only way we lose money is if we lose game 3. We won't lose $1 on game 3. As long as you follow the script. If you change it and you do it 2 times, 4 times, 4 times, you will lose money. Not everyone will go to game 3. Not everyone will win on game 1. But if you stick to the script, here's the thing with system plays. And this is like the honest opinion of them. They are designed for long-term betting. And this is what I tell everybody that calls or texts and asks me or emails in and asks me about them. We sell them by the week. We would prefer not to. We would prefer to sell them by the entire season. Not because we make more money. We don't. We make more money when you guys buy them week by week. We make less money when you buy it by the season. It's not about that. I think 25-1 now, Neverez. 25-1 that we've closed out after today. But the thing with system plays and the way you have to look at it, one, you have to have the capability to increase your bet over the course of 3 games. So if you're betting 100 today, you might be betting 200 on something tomorrow, 400 the next day plus juice, obviously. You have to have the capability to bet more. However, you do not have to be able to bet big in order to show a profit. You could be betting $25, and first of all, yes, it will take you a lot longer to pay for your $1,000 season since you're buying it on sale than the guy who's betting 100 or 300 or 500. However, the amount of system plays over the course of an entire season is the number that everybody needs to focus on. If Smoley vets you with a goal premium play, we need one more to smash another winner. I like it, getting a goal at the 16-minute mark. But back to the system plays. You look at that total number of games. Now, with KBO, which is Korean baseball, we have between 5 and 7 a week. As soon as Japanese baseball starts, we'll add that, and they're having 10 to 12 games a day. And that'll add in even more system plays. Once Major League Baseball starts, if it starts, which I do believe it will, Major League Baseball obviously will be our primary focus. However, we will still implement KBO and the Nippon League because they're actually so successful for us. But you look at that final number. In last year's numbers, we had a bad stretch in the very beginning. We got hosed on a couple games got rain delayed, where we took a loss on a system because they didn't play game 3 or they didn't play game 4. So we would record it as a loss, even though it was really never even completed. So not a lot, but at least a handful. I think 6 of those games very well could have, should have, would have been winners and not losers. So last year's record is a little compared to where it probably should have. But if let's just say you're a $25 bettor and you record 120 wins, and you have that handful of losses mixed in because we don't lose a lot of them. Well, you're going to make $2,500 off the first 100. You make another $500 off the next 20. So you bring in $3,000. And let's just say you lose 10. for basic math. Last year we had way more than 120. A $25 bettor is still making and covering their season and still having a profit. Now, obviously, it's not as much of a profit as a $50 bettor, $100 bettor, $300 bettor, $500 bettor. But our system plays if you buy by the season, even a $25 bettor will be profitable. Even a $25 bettor will be profitable. Now, they're obviously not going to have a crazy amount of profit that a $500 bettor would, but they'll still be profitable. We still have a bunch of people that bet $25 on a system play. Now, depending on how many we lose throughout the season, they might make anywhere from $500 to $3,000 based on how many systems we drop. And now that's above what they paid for the package, and that's after juice and after all of that stuff. So they would be really bringing in anywhere from $1,500 to $3,500. So system plays, if you stick to the script and you follow it, you log in daily, you see what's up there, you bet it, go to sleep, or go about your day. When it's all said and done, the profits are great. The one thing that I hate about system plays is when baseball's over, so are system plays. People ask me, well, can't you do these on football? Can't you do it on basketball? No, you can't. It's impossible. It doesn't transfer over the way we handicap it, because you have to be able to handicap not just a game that's taking place today. Before you give one out, you have to be able to handicap game 2, game 3, and if it's Major League Baseball, an occasional game 4. And because you have to be able to do that, you have to be able to have access to that information. For instance, when a player, let's just say a pitcher, new series for KBO started yesterday. You got Friday, Saturday, Sunday games. Well, let's just say the game goes to game 3. Well, obviously that might be your very number one most important game of that entire series if a system goes to game 3. We need to know about the pitching matchups, the player rotations, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What happens if that pitcher gets scratched? Who's going to be coming up? If it's Major League Baseball, is he coming up from AAA? Or is he going to be one of those starters that got moved to the bullpen that's one of those middle relievers that can come in early in a game and pitch, 5, 6, 7, 8 innings if needed? There we go. Oh, never mind. Wrong update. Torpedo with the loser. So we have to be able to handicap 2, 3, 4 days ahead of time with information that's generally not available to the public. That's why so few people are able to do this on their own, because they don't have access to that information. They don't have access to be able to do that. If we were just to throw darts at the board and say, all right, well, let's just say you're taking the Kiwam Heroes and the KBO. If their pitcher on Sunday gets scratched and we don't know who's going to be next in line to take that rotation start, we could be in some serious trouble. We factor all of that into the equation. Now, obviously, the shit happens. Managers make changes. Players get traded at the last minute. We have been hosed a couple of times, but it's usually far and few between. It's usually far and few between. What's going on, Mark? Thank you for tuning in. Mark says system plays are banging. Thank you. We appreciate that. And Jacob, what's going on? They're definitely good. We just closed out 2 more this morning, and closed out the Doosan Bears minus $1.25, as well as the SK Wyverns minus 145. So nice wins there. Nice wins there, which bring the record to 25-1 on the season. And we've now closed out 5 straight. After winning 20 straight, we dropped 1. And the one that we did drop was a dog, and it was a dog the entire series, KT Wiz Suwon. Yeah, that'd be a nice hit there, Jacob. So we'll keep at it. We'll keep doing it, and it's just gonna get better. Yeah, system plays are always moneyline bets. That's it. And very rarely will we give you a big juice one. Now, a couple times because of pitching matchups from both players, or excuse me, from both teams, when one gets scratched, the other gets scratched, and all of a sudden you got a better pitching matchup than what we were expecting because of players, changing. We might get hosed on a juice for game 2 or game 3, but never. It's not like we're giving you the NC Dinos minus 240. I mean, you guys can do that on your own. So it's a lot of fun. They're great. But with system plays, they're all about long term. Jay, baseball's progress of system plays make money? Absolutely. And Jacob, yes, you will get the extra week. They should be crediting everybody later today, the extra week. The extra week that everybody got because of that should be getting credited that later on today in their account. You should see the extra week. Scott, Kyle, how often do you parlay plays? Very seldom, far and few between. Parlays are for suckers. Occasionally I get sucked in and become a sucker as well. I do it occasionally. They're always fun money bets though. Now if you go on my Twitter account, you will see, I think I still have it stickied at the top, but I still have a big fun money $2,000 parlay. I did a $2,094.83 4-team parlay right before, it was the week before Christmas, but I still have it stickied up there. And it actually ended up winning, closed out $5,700. But just to show you guys, has parlays. But yes, Mark, the UFC card normally has parlays. That's completely different than what I do. I don't do anything. I bet the UFC, but I don't pick anything, and I don't have anything to do with picking the UFC. I'm not a fan of parlays. The UFC parlays, I do bet, though. But he does tell you you're not risking very much unless it's like a top fight pick that he has as a parlay or something like that. But very seldom do I bet parlays. LT, what's going on, my brother? Hope you're staying safe and healthy. Same thing with your wife and family as well as everybody. LOE, are the Saturday and Sunday guaranteed games posted yet? They are. They are all posted online for my game of the week, which starts in, well, you have 2 hours to get on board. 2 hours to get on board that one. And then, but the Saturday is on board, or is online. Sunday is online. All of that is there, ready for you guys to have fun with. And by fun, making money's fun. So I hope that better dove into system plays a little more in depth on how to be successful with them. As long as you stick to the script and you follow along. Hold up, my brother. Just stopped to say hello. Thank you, LT. I appreciate you stopping by. No problem, Scott. Yeah, the name of the game with system plays is following the script. It's the most important thing. The only people that don't have a good experience are the ones that deviate for one reason or another. Decide to take the run line versus, the money line, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Or don't like it so they don't bet game 2 because they lost game 1, or they lost game 1 and game 2 so they won't bet the third one, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Those are the ones that don't show as big of a profit as everybody else. Don't forget, guys, my game of the week. You still have time to get on board. You got 2 hours. So I am going to wrap this one up. We've been live for a little over 70 minutes. I hope everybody, thank you, Keith. And Scott, you're very welcome. Any questions that you have on System Plays, feel free to email in or text me if you got my cell number. Hell, the live chat is a good place as well. But everybody have a great Friday. We will be live again tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning we will be live, I believe, normal time, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. And yes, we will, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Tomorrow, Sunday, the whole works. What league was it? Believe it or not, Serbia. And remember, bet it smaller. That came from somebody that I know that's all he does is follow those smaller international leagues. Titus, my brother, thank you for jumping on board. Thanks for jumping on board the Sunday play. Glenn, thanks for jumping on board the UFC 2x2 package. And everybody else that's already on board, thank you as well. And enjoy your guys' Friday. Be safe. Be responsible. Always bet within your means. Don't do anything stupid. And we'll see you guys all live tomorrow morning. Enjoy your